Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at our updated UTA deck profile. We went undefeated at our locals, taking home another winner card. This was originally your ST11 and also reprinted as ST16. It's a classic leader that I've always enjoyed playing, and we're going to take a closer look. I'll show you the combinations and how to navigate the different matchups and what you're kind of looking for in current meta. But here we are, attaching one Dawn when attacking. Reveal the top deck of your card. If it's a film card, you then get to add it to your hand. But that is going to be your leader card. Let me make some room here. We'll move those over there, and we'll take a look at the winner card after. I think I still need a couple more for my collection, and the season is ending soon, so we'll have to see if we can get a couple more or start trading some of our duplicates. But obviously you'll start out with 10 Dawn. This is the Bob Lucci square pants Dawn sleeves that are going to be available on the merch store, but you'll need 10 Dawns there. Let me know if that's something you guys like. But we'll start off with a 4 of the chopper, a 2k in this kind of environment. This chopper you generally is going to use as 2k. It's very rare, or I don't think I've ever used this as a touch Dawn and swinging at this point. He's just going to be your hard 2k counter, so we'll do a 4 of that. The next one, a part of the ST16. The chopper card was a reprint of OPO2, but was also in the ST11 as a reprint. But we'll do the Monkey D. Luffy, which is part of ST16. Another 2k. This one you do play quite a bit if you don't have a turn. Like if you have a turn 1 of your 2 Dawn, you'll probably will end up just playing this, just get a body down, just to add a little pressure. Or if you're attached 3 Dawn turn, you'll attach Dawn to leader, swing, draw a card, hopefully a film card, and then play this just so you're able to. When you're resting Uta, he gains 1000 power, so it gives you opportunity to attach Dawn and swing, or clean out maybe a smaller swinger on like a zoo deck like a Makino or Nami Searcher and so on and so forth. So I do play him a good bit, but in the end he's also a very strong 2k, which has a lot of defense in this deck itself, but we'll go through more of the combinations after. The next of is we played this 3 cost 4000 power 1k counter Uta blocker. Great effect. It's not only a blocker, but if you film an event, if you trash an event card, you can restand a film card, such as blocker Luffy's, Utas, or anything on deck, even restanding a 9-drop Shanks, which we'll see in this profile in a little bit. But once again, I will go through kind of more of how to navigate this deck efficiently, and also going through the different matchup near the end there. But we'll go ahead and try to go through this a little quicker. We do have a 4 out of 3 cost 1000 counter 4000 attack Katakuri, another film card that was added in ST16. If you have 6 or more rested cards on rested cards, this gain 2000 power. So once again, rested Dawn, the card itself ends up being counted as arrested. So when you're playing this early on, or comboing it in with like a Brook or a Luffy, or just getting on ground, as long as you're resting your Dawn and playing it, you can then swing this for a 6k. So another strong card that can be used in this tech. And then he's also obviously a 1k counter. The next that we only play a 2 of now is this Usopp. 1000 counter 3 cost 5000 power. He's used to help put your combinations into, like with Katakuri or Brook into Usopp or into Katakuri. He's a 1k counter. He's also a vanilla stat, so then you get a lot of value off of him also if you have to hard play him, or if you have to play him in other combinations. But in the end, he's also a 1k counter. the Sanji card that was added in EBO1 is also very strong. This is going to be another 4 cost, 5,000 power, 2,000 counter. When attached Dawn, you'll end up being able to count how many Dawns you have on the field rested, and then he gains 1,000 power for each of those. In these matchups, I haven't really used that ability much unless you're really hard bricking and need something to swing and just get more power out of it. But a lot of time, once again, this is going to be more of like a 2k counter for you. So already we're already 12 2k counters, so you can see that this has a lot of defensive power. And then once you put it in a combination with the blockers and the flooding with the other blockers in this, is very strong and powerful. For this one, it's a 4 of 6,000 power. It's a blocker. This one, activate main once per turn. You can pitch any film card and move arrested to any character. So a lot of times on like a 4 Dawn turn, I will play this, pitch a film, a dead film card that I may not use, or if I have too many of, I'll put it on leader and then swing, and then help me cycle another card, pulling like another 2k or perhaps something else for the combination. But very powerful card. You'll use it quite a bit, but like I said, we'll go through more of the combinations after, but definitely a 4 of that. The next one is also a 4 of, it's going to be your Brook card here. 4 costs, 1,000 power, 5,000 attacker. This one on play, you're able to play one of your film cards, Straw Hat type of characters, film or straw hat type of characters, 3 or less, and then you just get to play for free. So once again, a lot of value comboing it into the Katakuri, into the Usopp, or even the blocker here. And then if you truly have dead cards, which you probably won't want to do, but you want to keep that as a 2k, you can even play that Luffy there. But Brook, a 4 of, OP 2 card, also a reprint of ST11. But there you are. The next one that we definitely run a 4 of is going to be this Luffy card. Once again, the original OP2 reprinted in ST11, but we run a 4 of the Luffy here. 7 costs, 7,000 power, and then a blocker. On play a 4 cost, which generally will be either Uta or Brook, depending on what type of matchup you want. You most of the time will want to flood hard using that Luffy Brook into maybe a Usopp or Katakuri or Uta, depending on if you have a lot of aggression and need the extra blockers and whatnot. But we do run a 4 of. A lot of times I will run this 7 into the Uta on my 7 Dawn turn, then trash a film card so that I can move it to the leader and then swing and then cycle a card and get more card hand size also. So once again, we do a 4 of that. The next one is a bit of a tech card, not a film card, so it can be a brick if you are attaching Dawn all the time, but it's almost a must in all green decks. Super powerful, a 7 cost, 8,000 power rusher. You take life, take that to card, you rest up to 2 Dawn or 2 characters, or 1 Dawn, 1 character. Great in the Bonnie match, great into any other deck that may save Dawn for defensive, such as like Rad Beam, or with Bonnie, it would be resting their Dawn so they can't rest your character. But we do run 2 of this. Remember, if you do have no life, this will be a free card that you don't have to that you don't lose life from. So even if you're at 0 life, you still get the on play on this. Obviously not if you're against Blackbeard and they pitch, but you still do get a rush on that. But another strong card there. We do run a 2 of the Kid. This in the combination of being able to flood the different blockers, such as the Luffy into the Uta, or this being able to play into free 3 costs, such as the Uta blocker. Another strong great card. A lot of times this is going to be used in a lot of different matchups that just forces like weenies to swing into him. He does get removed pretty quickly because there's a lot of people such as like the Shanks, the film Shanks can just killing arrested. I think Red Shanks has like a on KO effect on anything that's under 10,000 power, so he does getting used as bait all the time, but if he does stick, he's very, very powerful. Another great card against Blackbeard and so on and so forth. But once again, I will go through all the combinations once we're in the end there and kind of go through the matchups once again. A 2 of that we also have been running since the first deck profiles has been this Zoro card. With 3 Dawn, you're able to swing it out 3 times. You can attach a bunch of Dawn. You can drop your blockers. You can swing him twice or swing him once, restand him, and protect him from the different KO effects from like Shanks and from other stuff. If you can get him sticking, he's super powerful. Great against Blackbeard also when you can drop double like Zoro. He really has to choose on which effect that he's gonna like can attack. So if he like 10 drops you, you're just gonna be able to like he can't attack, but next time play another one. Unless he has another 10 drop, which he can only disable 1, he kind of has to choose, and it kind of cooks him. But like I said, I'll go for the matchups a little later. Currently we are running 3 of these Shanks that we've been talking about, which is your 9 drop. Once again, strong card to combo into like the 7 cost Luffy into the 4 Uta, or if you really need to flood, you can go the Luffy Brook into the 3 cost blocker and so on and so forth. But you generally will bait Kid out, and then once they use like a Shanks or they use a big body to kind of swing out, the next turn you just clear them out by popping this. Or if you're able to drop this early on, clear out one of their bodies and then play Kid and then force them to counter Kid, you'll be able to swing this out to put more aggression out, and then play another 9 cost Shanks to clear out other big bodies. But another great card. The combinations of the deck profile here has been pretty smooth. It's been good into a lot of the matchups. I might tweak it a little for the upcoming store championships and whatnot, but currently this is probably your most stable. We'll have to see how the meta shifts, and if I'm trying to tweak anything to counter more of different gameplays or different metas. But currently this has been a pretty solid build and pretty consistent. Definitely give it a try out if you are in if you do like Uta, or if you want a kind of off meta deck that's really fun to play, that will catch people off guard for sure. We play a 3 of the new Genesis, 1 costs, Rest of Dawn, search your top 3, look for a film card, and then put the rest at the bottom, and then restand your Dawn. So it's a free searcher essentially. It's also if you want to pull this early, you can also save it for later on to pitch for the Uta blocker to restand your Luffy. If you're swinging Luffy, if you did the combination, you have the other Uta there, you can then end turn pitch a event card such as New Genesis, and then restand your Luffy just to get that blocker back, just to get that extra swinging, just to get that extra aggression in. These ones I find that are great to use early on, but in the late game, if you haven't seen your Shanks, if you haven't seen your top ends, such as Kid or Zoro or Hodies, you may want to save this unless you are looking for something to clear out big bodies, which you can search this Shanks also. But definitely a 3 of. I tried 4 of, but I find that it's probably okay with 3, just because I rather not search too many that I'm gonna bottom deck my Kids or Zoros. The next of that we're playing is 2 backlights. On main for 2 Dawn, you're able to rest a 5 cost or KO a rested 5 cost. So sometimes if you're breaking hard, or if you see something that's difficult to deal with, such as if you have like a 5 cost, I think like Cavendish or something, you can just like double pop it. So you can pop it, rest it, and then pop it to just kill it for 4 Dawn. I've done that a few times. It's probably not as efficient, but sometimes you just have to do that double pop and just clear out a big body if you're having issues dealing with board, or if you just need to use this to clear out 5 costs. This is a quick way to clear their board. A 2 of, I might go to a 3 of, but currently a 2 of feels good. The last card that we use is one of the strongest event cards. It's arrest 3 Dawn, restand your leader, and swing it again. A lot of times you'll end up keeping 2 of these to go against like Blackbeard. Just being able to attach 4 Dawn, swing for 9, restand it, swing for 9, restand it again, and swing for 9 is very, very powerful. Other options in this one that you can do too, if you set up a bunch of these blocker Utas, you can pitch some of your film cards, attach more rested to your Zoros, attach more to your Utas, and just swing out for a game. So instead of attaching, like if you have like 1 or 2 Utas on, drop 2, like swing out like a 7, draw a card to see if you get invincible, then pop ditch 2 cards attached to your leader, increasing her to 7, and then swinging it out twice more. So there's a lot of combinations where invincible is super strong. And because Uta hasn't really been played in the meta for a while, or part of the main meta, these cards here really throw like players off. Unless you dealt with Uta before, a lot of people don't know that these are part of her tech, and then it's just, like I said, super hard to deal with. Even if you're on your game, if sometimes you brick, you just these ones will just end the game. But that's going to be your main build there, that I'm currently running, that we currently have been play testing quite a bit. I am strongly considering using Uta in the offline regionals and the store champions that are coming up. Super fun. I think it's going to be it's going to throw some people off for sure who's used to the main metas. Another strong deck that we'll be working on will be like Uta Bonnie. Also, we actually have a new engine going with black purple Luffy, without the Gecko Moria. We have an ST14 build coming up. We've actually rebuilt Blurple Kaido, which is looking pretty strong also. So make sure, if you want to check those out, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next and what we should be playtesting. I will be doing a bunch of playtesting this weekend, and perhaps filming a bunch of the matches too. So if there's certain stuff you want to see, then definitely let me know. But let's go through the different combinations. Let's start off with what you want to see in your main hand as you open up. New Genesis is always a great add. The Uta is always great. I like to see Brook also. Early on, these are great cards that you definitely want to see. If you find any of your top end with any of these combinations, it's also a consideration to keep. I find that finding the main combo with Luffy, finding the main combo with Brook and Uta and everything seems to be pretty consistent with the top deck draw and everything anyways. So I don't generally like if you find Luffy, then keep it. If you find a Brook and you can go into like a Usopp or anything like that, then you definitely want to keep. If you see a lot of high-end stuff for late game in your hand at the beginning, you're probably going to want to mulligan, just because it is going to be very difficult to get to that late game unless you can really flood. But major combinations that I've been seeing a lot that's been working very well is this 7 Dawn turn. You play this Luffy into this Uta, pitch a film card or a dead card, or maybe if you have too many of something like Brooks or something like Usopp, or just like any bricks that you may not be using, you just pitch it, attach, swing for 6, be able to draw the extra card, get that card hand back, and then perhaps cycle in a 2k or something that's going to be a little better that in use. Other combinations, that I've been seeing a lot, that's been very good, is like I said, with an opener, with your 2-don turn, just play your Luffy. Next one, just attach a Don to, like if you, let's say your 2-don turn, you play a Luffy, you swing Uta. Okay, next turn, you can essentially play Uta or play like a Katakuri attached to leader, swing, get your draw. You can, if you use Uta, then you can pitch a card, attach it to Uta, get it, keep this one kind of there. They might clear, they might not clear, but that alleviates a hit off of you, so that's very powerful either way. But I do see that if I have an early game, or if I want early aggression, I do end up playing this on my 2-don turn, or perhaps my 4-don turn, depending on if you're even or odd. 3-don turn is great too. Like I said, you're able to just play it, attach leader, swing. Next one, perhaps if you don't have anything to do, you can attach a leader, swing, see what you get, and then attach 1 Don to him, and then he becomes a 4k with your attached Don, and because you have a rested leader, rested Uta, he becomes another 5k swing. So very, very strong once again. Katakuri is another great card to drop in. Like I said, with this Sanji here, we haven't really attached Don swung with him as much, from what I'm finding in playtesting. Finishing game, Hody has always been super strong. Even if you have to use Hody early on, against different like Shanks and stuff, you might need to just be able to rest their blockers, or like a Zoro, just being able to rest some of the characters and swing into it, taking life, getting that extra card. Early game, mid game, Hody definitely a must, a need. But there's so many lines in this deck profile. Uta is very, very strong right now, and it feels really, really good. Different matchups, like I said, Blackbeard was the one that I've been testing a lot into. If you're able to, when you're facing Blackbeard, even if they pitch cards for your on play, just keep playing your blockers. These blockers great against Blackbeard, because there's no on play on it. If they're pitching, they're losing the card size. If they don't pitch, then you can do combinations such as Brook, your Luffy's, and so on and so forth. Generally, you'll find they won't pitch early on, like turn 1, turn 2. So that's when you definitely want to hit up a lot of your combination cards, if you're able to, such as like your Brook into Usopp, or your Brook into Uta. After that, even if you have to hard drop Uta, do so. Make sure you have enough Don to attach to your leader, swing, so you can get card size and cards out of their hand. But if you have to hard play these Luffy's, and get your blockers already up, bait Kid, so they're forced to 10 drop to drop Kid, so they can't attack, can't block, can't taunt. And then after that, make them pick, are they gonna stop Kid, or are they gonna stop Zoro? And every time if you drop Zoro, they're gonna have to stop him, and then that means it leaves up your Kid as a defensive blocker. If you're able to attach and swing, that also, it's gonna be very, very, a lot of pressure on them. And then after that, if they end up swinging their Blackbeard, you're able to hard body Shanks too, just for a big body. But essentially, if you're just able to drop Zoros, drop Kids, and then once they run out of that hand size, just swing for game. Another combinations for Blackbeard that's super powerful too. Let's say he was able to get 2 or 3 Blackbeards down, 10 beards, where he's blocking out. This generally will end the game too, because at this point, your Blackbeard opponent probably only has 1 or 2 cards in hand, and he's not gonna have the counter. And even if you're swinging like 6, 7, or 5s, he has to use that Blackbeard to pitch and drop. And then with I'm invincible, where you can restand, you can swing. It's just a GG. Very, very tough deck for Blackbeard to deal with, even though it has a lot on play. Just spam your blockers, spam your big costs, and you should be able to take Blackbeard down pretty easy. Another deck that we've been pairing into and playtesting against on sim at locals with the boys is the Usopp, the black blue Usopp. Once again, pretty difficult deck to deal with if you haven't played against it. But essentially, you'll run into this here where all your weenies can't swing, so you can't swing anything that's 6 or less. So very hard to remove as UTA. So the way around this is essentially just keep dropping your blockers, keep trying to clear board, and then just essentially spam your blocker combinations. And then once you're able to get near that end side, once they start swinging the 10 drop Dofis, or sorry, not Dofi, but the buggies and whatnot, you just play Shanks. You know, perfect, just like in the lore, Shanks versus Buggy. You swing that 10 Buggy, you drop a Shank, you kill the Buggy, so on and so forth. Shanks is great. Once again, you're gonna put those Zoros down to put pressure, and then these kids, you just essentially swing early game and hope they don't find that 7 drop. This was actually from the previous event. We did end up taking home a winner card. Fun event. Hopefully you guys got to enjoy that too. But the new promos coming from that event is just this essentially that's being played in the is it Usopp deck? I think it's Usopp. No, I think it's sorry. We're thinking Usopp, but I'm talking about the buggy deck. Once you're facing the buggy deck, this is what you kind of have to deal with, is just being able to drop your blockers, drop your high costs, and just spam board until you have big, and then clear out their buggies. So yeah, sorry, against buggy, which we probably won't see too much in the meta, but I'm sure a few people will play it. But if you haven't dealt with it, it is problematic with UTA because of all the weenies. I honestly spam as many of the UTA block as I can, even though it can't swing. If you still block and protect your high end, and then you just kind of clean their board out and then keep putting pressure on, and then just keep going. Other decks that we've been seeing on the sim and perhaps returning to the meta soon is probably Katakuri. It's just essentially spamming board, swinging. If they start dropping, if they start hitting you, just start taking cards. You can probably drop down easily to like 2 life easily with any matchup, except maybe like a Zoro or something, because their aggression is so hard. But once you can start spamming those blockers and stuff, there's so much counter in here that you should be pretty safe. But what's another matchup that's here? So Zushank can be difficult, but once again, it's just spamming the combination, clearing out their board, using the backlight to clear out stuff, using I'm Invincible early to clear out their board is also very powerful. And then getting to that high end where you can once again drop those kids, drop the Shanks, drop the Zeros. It's all about the top end here. There's not too many brick cards. I think it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 brick cards in here. Everything else is film. Very consistent, very fun deck. What other profiles are we seeing? Yes, another one that can be pretty difficult to work with that we've been running into is going to be your yellow green kid. Yellow green kid, just because they're ripping out a lot of life and stuff each time. You just gotta kind of play it smart. Don't kill the Hawkins if you can. Kind of leave it so you can keep swinging it. Obviously, if he's putting blocker on it and forcing you to attack it, then kind of even just drop your stuff and don't swing, and just build a wide board before you kind of go for the game there. A lot of times once they get to their higher ends, the blocker card, the block trait will go into their higher law or higher kid cards to be a higher end blocker for them, so you won't have to really deal with the Hawkins very long. And because there's so many 2k counters and stuff in this, and then if you have those blockers, just kind of leave them on board so you can't really take your life. Even if you can't swing, just being able to spam your board and putting the aggression out is very strong. Is there any other matchup that I missed? If I did, definitely hit up the comments, let me know. I read the comments. I try my best to answer any questions I can. We do have a lot of content coming. I see that the 2nd year anniversary Chinese set is coming in the mail soon, so we should have a video on that. We definitely just got some new merch that we're dropping that will be on the merch store soon. We are still working on that merch store, but yeah, we have some of the new era. We got the MK27 Hobbies logo on that, snapback flat. We'll have those available very soon. We'll be taking some pre-orders. Let me know if this is something that you would like. I have more versions of it coming. Of course, we have the mats, we have the Dawn sleeves, we have some other projects that will be coming up that has been pretty cool. We're working with a lot of different people and have a lot of stuff coming up. I will be heading to the Toronto 401 offline regionals, and I should be at Kansan also. So if you are wanting some mats or perhaps some Bob Lucci Dawn sleeves, hit me up. I should be at those events. Just come see. If you see someone with a hat on or see someone with the mat on, just let them know and ask them, and they'll point me out, and then we can get you some cool merch. But we will have those available soon. We will be doing some mail outs too. The hats, second wave is coming in. I had first wave in, and then we had so much support at our locals that everyone picked up the hats, so we sold out pretty quickly. But we do have pre-orders coming in and a second batch coming in soon. But I appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoy this type of content or want to see more off meta profiles tested and, you know, played, let me know. If you want to see any of these ones next, I think Bonnie is pretty meta. I'm definitely going to be running Bonnie or Uta depending on what we're feeling at the upcoming regionals. But Blurple is looking pretty solid. Black Purple Luffy is very close from being completed and perhaps even being one of the main decks that I play with no geckos. The ST14, so much fun. Using the Animal Kingdom engine with updates. But if you guys do want to see these, let me know. I have them built up. We are place testing it. We can only really test locals like once or twice a week, so it's hard for me to really get winter cards and undefeated deck profiles out as quickly as can. If you do really want to see these updates sooner, perhaps I'll do a new series where we're doing updated lists, and then perhaps the community can help me tweak it and try it out and see what we can do with it. But currently, like I said, I'll try my best to try to post at least a winner profile for the season, because every leader seems to be playable. With these bans, the meta has been stronger than ever, where you're able to play almost every leader. So super fun. I appreciate you guys for watching. Take care, be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh wait, I forgot to open the winner card. Here we go. I think we are looking for a pudding. I think that's one of the last ones I need. I think we got a pudding. It's blue. That's a good sign. So let's take a look. But yeah, I'll probably have to post this at the beginning because I kind of said bye and then left, so you guys probably didn't see the win card. So I'll at least post this in the beginning so you guys can see that I did open it up in case you left before I did it. But it looks like we did pull that pudding card. Not as strong right now into not as strong or as valuable as it would be now because of the Jinbei bans. Oh, that's something I forgot to. Uta Bonnie was super fun, but Jinbei, the Boa and Dofi killed Green, Bonnie, and Uta, but since they are banned, it's actually playable now. It's actually super fun and does very well in those two decks, but probably not many people are playing it, so you may not see it. But there is that winter pudding. I'm happy to add that to my collection. Once again, take care, be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.